Mark chapter 13, verse 22. For false Christs and false prophets shall rise and shall show signs and wonders to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect. But take ye heed, behold, I have foretold you all things. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, and peace and salutation to the brothers and sisters throughout the four corners of the earth that are waiting on Yahushai for deliverance. This is Hawayaahla, just kind of going into an article that I seen earlier today, which basically is, showing you a part of Project Bluebeam that's already happening. And, of course, what happened over the last, few days as far as with the anniversary of the false flag attack known as 9/11. And now they're actually putting forth different things that is actually going to lead the people astray. And this is actually coming from the Daily Mail. It says here, the angel of the World Trade Center photographer captures apparition in the beams of the 9/11 tribute in light. All right, and what beam? As you know, you have what's called Project Bluebeam, in which they're able to actually put up these different religious symbols and idols, or make their own apparitions to deceive the people, the masses. Okay, so part of the reason why we're bringing this out, because you don't know to the level of what this devil's able to do. As it says in there that he should bring false signs and wonders that just, if it were possible, to deceive even the very elect. And the reason why we got to warn, brothers and sisters out there, because of the fact that they can actually have probably an apparition or an angel appear, or some kind of hologram even appear in your room, okay, and be talking to you and probably tell you something that is actually, not true. So that's why it tells you, it says, in the scriptures, Paul says, if an angel bringeth to you another, doctrine other than this gospel, let him be accursed. Okay. So, when you see something like this, which you're going to see the pictures of this, man. This is actually a very, if you look at it, man, it's actually very close to being like some kind of apparition that someone would see possibly in real life. Okay. So it just says here, like countless others, Rich McCormick snapped a photo of the tribute in light at the World Trade Center site. But the freelance photographer from Jersey City got more than he bargained for when he captured beams of light towering into the sky last week. At the top of the beams appears to be a silhouette of an angel, though the photographer himself said it bears a striking resemblance to Jesus. Okay, then that's an example, all right, of a false Christ, a false Messiah. Okay, because you got different people that have actually said that they're the Messiah. Going back, you got guys like David Koresh, I believe that was from the Waco cult, and you've had many other men that have actually claimed the same thing. We've even had men that come on the block that even said that they're Jesus or the Messiah. So we're talking about just regular, everyday things that happen that we see, but now this is actual, some kind of an apparition or an image that they're able to create. Okay, so that's the reason why you gotta be solid on what in these scriptures, man. And really part of the reason why we bring this out, is because you got brothers and sisters that might find out that they're Israel, start believing on the doctrine and living, changing their lives around, believing on the name and things like that. And you might not be at a point or a level where you're able to understand what's going on. So we have to warn you these things. That's the reason why even Yahushua warned the disciples. He says, again, I'm going to read that verse in verse 23. It says, but take ye heed, behold, I have foretold you all things. So things like this was warned. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and let me click on the image. Let me see how it comes up. Look at this, man. It's and it's going to actually show a closer shot of it. Look at it. It's an actual body. It has like a angelic, I guess, look about it, with a white garment, a head, arms. Okay, and this was done at the tribute for the World Trade Center site. Okay, and look at it right here. So you can imagine if they create something even bigger that can be seen across Babylon or across the world, that'll make people think that the Messiah is back, and they could bring about a false second coming. to throw off the masses of people. This is the type of stuff, this is the type of technology that this devil has at his disposal. Okay? I mean, this is pretty serious. And you know, when you go into the article and read the comments, man, you can see people are gone, man. I mean, they have no idea. And you got people that are actually going to get caught up in things like this. It says, the picture was shared on social media. Many users had taken it to mean a symbolic religious sign, which is, we go into, again, it's the word sign. Verse 22, for false Christ and false prophets shall rise and shall show signs and wonders to seduce, if were possible, even the elect. Right, which the elect is those that are going to be, you know, delivered. You know, of course, starting with the 144,000 men, and then, you know, also the remaining of the elect, the men, women, and children that are part of the 1/3, at least here in Babylon. Okay, so we're talking about, you know, people that could be deceived into thinking that this is some kind of a spiritual entity and this is a sign from the Most High, when really this is just the devil doing his work, trying to deceive the masses. Now it says here, Norman Charita Aguila Valdaliso, which that sounds like a northern kingdom, all right, and probably an Ephraimite, says, oh my God, God is great, God is good. This has left me with so much faith. God is watching over us. I mean, look at this, man. I mean, this is exactly what the intention of something like this was to do. But these people cannot perceive that this is actually a creation, all right, that was made to actually get them going like this. Now she's going to actually probably talk about this until this place goes down, about how she saw some angel beam up into the sky over the World Trade Center, one of the most wicked places on the planet, all right, that is known for scheming the whole earth. Okay, so I mean, this is what they're doing. So now, man, they are actually showing you that they have the ability to deceive the masses, man. I mean, look, so hey, man, this is getting crazy right now, man. This is the reason why you have to be diligent and keep your mind, you know, stable. You got to have a sure, stable mind, all right, and remain sober and vigilant, man, because this is the type of stuff that's going to take people off guard. And like I said, they could have this type of thing. Who knows what level of technology they have? They can have apparition show up and talk to someone and tell them certain things that is not actually according to the scriptures, and they can get snared and taken by believing it. Okay? So it says, Yvette Sid, whose children were victims of 9/11 attacks, which claimed 2,996 people, was overwhelmed by the picture. She said, that's an awesome pic. Wow, I lost my 2 boys, and I believe this is a sign that all that have lost a loved one. To all that have lost a loved one. So, I mean, look at them, man. They really believe this, man. This is part of the lying signs and the false wonders. This is one of the many aspects of how this devil rolls. He rolls through deception. And that's the reason why that chip and the things that's going to happen is actually going to be very easy to dissuade the people, because if people can believe something like this, they're going to be it's going to be very easy to have them take the chip. Okay? Which is known as the mark of the beast in the scriptures. Okay? So it says Nancy Diaz shared the view that someone was looking down upon New York, and Helena Paget said, the Lord is with us, and this is just another reminder. It's beautiful. Simple woman, man. Just, these women are very simple. They have no idea what's going on. And you got people that are just going to be very simple, and they're going to accept these things. You know, they're going to have this photos are actually circulating on social media, and it's getting more and more people to believe that this thing was actually some kind of true sign, all right, from, you know, the Most High. And look how bright it is, man. Over the city. I mean, that's a huge, if you can see it this big, that it shows you that has to be a very big image. You know, for it to show up like that. You got, I mean, this is basically what's going on, man. You know, I mean, I'm gonna read some more, man, because, you know, this is just getting crazy, man. The election, the stuff happening with Hillary Clinton, all kinds of stuff. And this just shows you things is getting weirder and weirder every day. You know, but that's how the Most High set it up, man. There's a lot of stuff that's happening that is you know, gonna take people by surprise. And right now, the Most High is allowing people to be, deceived. Okay, so it says Mr. McCormick said that he had taken several photos that night, and the figure only appeared in one of them. Some of his followers were quick to point out that his feat was no coincidence. Christina Fontanelli said, "Oh my goodness, Richard, incredible. So many signs and wonders. So many signs and wonders." Hey, man. Hey, Hawayaahla Bashim Yao Shai, man, for giving us this knowledge, man. Because the fact that she said so many signs and wonders is amazing, because it's actually written in the scriptures. So, I mean, oh man, you must be a very special human being to have captured this. We have to believe there is more than the horrors that manifest on this planet. Thank you, Jesus. That's what they're going to do, because all these people are going to eventually, be deceived to the point where they're going to actually, believe anything that the elites is going to throw at them, including a new idol or a new god. Okay, or which is basically, a way for them to worship another power, which is pretty much Satan indirectly. And that's how they're going to be deceived into doing a lot of the things that they're gonna do. Especially the people that are going to end up taking the chip. A lot of them are going to feel that there's some spiritual reason why they have to do that. Doris Camacho agreed and added, "Do you know how blessed you are? Everybody has taken the same picture for years, but this angel chose you." And this is the media that's putting this out there to get people, their minds prepared, all right, to basically be ensnared and taken into the lies, man. It says, while some question its validity, saying it had been photoshopped or even placed there as a hologram by the government, Mr. McCormick said he hadn't tampered with the image. His friends leaped to his defense, describing him as a God's middleman for capturing the miracle. Ronald Zetlinger, however, saw something completely different and said, "It's Jesus playing the guitar." These people, man. A Les Paul model, I believe. Rich told me he heard the faint strumming of the Stairway to Heaven. I mean, come on, bruh. Come on, man. Let me see what the comments say. There's so many comments, man. I'm not even actually gonna go through it, man. I actually saw it earlier when there was a few comments and people were actually believing it. So, man, this is crazy. I'll put the link in the description box for you brothers and sisters that want to, read this, man. But man, this place is pretty much a done deal, man. That's pretty much what it is. In fact, I forgot to even think about bringing out this precept, man. But this actually is fitting. Actually, you know what? We'll actually go right here. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Okay, and this is part of it. And who's him that's coming after the work of Satan? Esau. All right, these Edomites, particularly starting with their elites, because they are actually the chosen people of Satan, the nation of Edom. And that's how Satan does his work, is through those, pretty much vessels of dishonor. And that's the reason why you see this type of stuff going on, and they're being put on major news publications and being circulated in part to get the people, really, ultimately to get the 2/3 of our people that are slated to be destroyed, especially over here in Babylon. Because the other nations, it doesn't matter about them. They're going to face their judgment. But those that can make it is going to be part of the elect of Israel. But the Most High is going to allow a mass of people to believe, a lot of these lies. And it's actually going to go further into it. Verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they received not the truth, the love of the truth, that they might be saved. So they received it not. They didn't want to listen. They didn't want to hearken, all right, to the prophet. So the Most High, it says that they were going to be the ones that we're going to believe these things. Okay, in fact, verse 11, and for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay, so that's part of the reason why you got these things happening. You know, brothers have been talking about Project Blue Beam for years, and now you see a part of the manifestation of that Project Blue Beam, and they probably got other things in store that's going to be even on a higher level than this, to where the masses, they might even put it out, you know, on TV live. They might do something like that. You just never know. But that's the reason why we have to warn, you know, the brethren, man, because it tells you again, you know, Matthew chapter 13, verse 22, for false Christs and false prophets shall rise and shall shew signs and wonders to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect. But take ye heed, behold, I have foretold you all things. All right, so that's the reason why we got to take heed to these things, man, and people got to know what's gonna happen, because a lot of times, you know, we might see different things. Sometimes you got to actually question, you know, what you saw, whether or not Esau is actually trying to put some things out there to make you believe you saw something that really wasn't there. Esau is cunning. That's the reason. That's how he gets people, just like he does, you know, all the time. He's a seducer. Okay, and that's what this whole thing is meant to do, is to seduce people really ultimately into that new world order. All right, so hopefully this is edifying. And again, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Peace and salutation to the brothers and sisters throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.